Okay, so Tim flips out. He's like, there's not supposed to be fucking pineapple at this school. He throws it. It hits some kid in the head. And the kid's like, that's it. And he writes on his paper, like, plans to blow up the school.
Oh, no. I never watched this whole movie.
Welcome to When Harry Dumped Sally. I'm Tess Menzies.
I'm Natasha Vinnick.
This is a podcast where we watch a rom-com, talk about the main relationship in the rom-com, and decide how long we think the couple's going to stay together after the credits roll.
And who breaks up with who, why do they do that, etc.
Yes, and today we watched
Bottoms.
69th episode.
Ooh, 69.
69.
Fuck yeah,
bro. Bottoms,
nice.
what's up? Fucking nice. Yeah, we watched Bottoms.
We watched Bottoms.
It's from 2023. And our logline is: two unpopular queer high school students start a fight club to have sex before graduation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had never seen it before. Had you?
I had not. Both of us have it confused with other movies in our head. We don't know about yours.
We don't know mine, and we never will.
Our main couple is Josie, Io Adabiri, and Isabel Havana Rose Liu.
And at the end, we see them like kissing or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the entire movie, Josie is trying to hook up with Isabel, and then PJ, Rachel, Sanat is trying to hook up with somebody else.
Yeah.
Senate. Who's she trying to hook up with? Brittany, Kaya Gerber.
And they're seniors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're about to go to college.
Yeah.
This movie, very fast paced, very funny. Mm-hmm. It kind of turns your classic high school movie on its head a little bit.
Yeah.
Where usually you see like the guys are trying to like fuck the cheerleaders and they're like, you know, it's American Pie, it's whatever. It's like these dudes trying to trick cheerleaders into having sex with them.
Yeah.
And so this kind of flips that, and it's like the women trying to hook up with
the cheerleaders,
and doing a bunch of, you know, unethical stuff,
Absolutely
honestly,
to
do it. And it just has like lots of high school movie cliches to an extreme. And it's very like surreal at times.
Yeah. It's very funny.
Yeah.
It's like very dense, like line.
Yeah.
Banger,
Joke. Yeah.
It was good.
So we start off.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we got to talk about how long we think they're going to be together.
I'm so sorry. Okay. It's
Natasha's concerned.
Yeah. I really don't understand what I wrote for my first scene, but
I got it.
It's Josie and Isabel.
Isabel.
And how long do we think they stay together? Okay.
3, 2, 1
till
4
school
months?
starts. Yeah.
I mean, school has started.
Sorry, they're at the end of the year, and I think they're like till college. I mean, so like the summer.
Oh no, but it's the beginning of the school year.
What I think was the end of the school year.
Because they're coming back for like the welcome thing, and they're like, we gotta. I guess maybe when they kiss, it's the
I feel like there's been a lot of time with the.
No, you're right, with the Fight Club, but it is the final big football game, and football is at the beginning of the school year.
Okay, maybe how long's the semester?
I went with 4 months. It doesn't.
Okay, yeah, I'm like 3-4 months.
Yeah,
I'm not like.
I think your thing was the same.
Yeah.
I think it's the same
I just
answer.
can't see it. No.
No, I think that they'll like try a little bit. I don't think Isabel likes Josie at all. I think Isabel likes people who give her attention, and that's. You know, Josie is going to do that.
Yes, for sure.
She's obsessed with her.
Yeah, for
but
reasons
it's
unknown.
like, ultimately, I mean, I think it's like high school. Like, you get obsessed with somebody and then you reflect on it and you're like, that was weird.
That was weird. Yeah, there's nothing that's a fit. I think Isabel says, like, she just likes people being violent for her. I'm like, this isn't gonna.
Yeah.
This can't.
No, it's. I think that they will try, and I think that it'll last longer than like a few weeks, mainly because not that they will try. It's that Isabel does not care.
Yeah, I don't think Isabel's going to try in any way.
But Josie is going to put in the effort because she's so like obsessed with her.
Yes.
And then ultimately, yeah, the school year is going to end and they're going to.
Yeah, it can't work out.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
All right. We start off, PJ and Josie are talking about how they're like at school and they're like, we're going to hook up with a lot of girls this year. Like, we're going to do it. Josie's going to hook up with Isabel. She's been her crush forever.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is what it was. PJ's like, we got to hook up with as many girls as possible this year. Like, you got to hook up with Isabel. And Josie is like, no, I'm going to hook up with her in 20 years. This is her like weird little.
Your sister gets there in the 20th high school reunion. Yeah.
She's like, at the 20th reunion, I'm going to swoop in when she's all washed up. She's like, and Isabel is a cheerleader and, you know, she might be peaking in high school.
You never know. It's possible. People did that.
Yeah, people did. It's sad. Usually really popular kids.
Yeah.
I feel like the kids who were like really cool in high school,
Not that
you're
cool
like, what
now.
else did you have?
Yeah. You
that may have
never
been all
want to
you
be cool in
had.
high school. I think it's a
No,
bad news.
it's not. It's kind of a recipe for disaster.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think. You
I completely agree.
You got to slow burn your life.
Exactly. And that's what I did on purpose, obviously.
Yes.
It was by design.
Absolutely.
I still haven't even gotten there
I
yet.
like so many people wanted me to be popular,
Yes.
and I was just like, you know what? I gotta wait.
I'm saving
I
myself.
Gotta wait. I'm saving myself
saving
for
myself for
popularity.
marriage.
So anyway, then PJ's like, listen, we're not gonna be sexy high schoolers forever. Soon we're gonna be old hags in college.
There's just so many good lines in this.
So many good lines.
It was really incredible.
And then she's like, we don't want to be like, or she doesn't want to be the only person at Sarah Lawrence who's a virgin, or maybe she's telling Josie that she won't want to be the only person.
The
And I feel
all-girls
like
school.
this is like, I don't know, a big thing in movies. In high school movies, it's like, yeah, you don't want to go to college a
It'll
virgin.
be so embarrassing. It's like, what? It seems so crazy to me.
Yeah, I think I did feel that way, but I was like, we just gotta get this over with.
Yeah. I think I was very lucky I didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine who I would have changed that up with even at the time. It was just not
It wouldn't have been good.
No, it wouldn't.
I don't think anyone's having good sex in high school.
No, it's so gross to me that high schoolers have sex at all. It's like, yikes.
Yeah. They're going to the school carnival, like back to school kind of thing.
Yeah.
PJ's hitting on everyone, and Josie's like, we can't just be like this. Like, this school has a gay problem. And PJ's like, no, it's not because we're gay. It's because we're untalented and ugly.
Yeah, that comes up later too. It's very funny.
And then we meet Hazel for the first time, and she's another one of their queer friends who just like is weird, doesn't understand sarcasm. That's one of her main personality traits.
Yeah, I love
She
Hazel.
worked at a meat farm over the summer. Yeah, she's very funny. And then we meet Jeff. He's the star football player, and he's dating Isabel. And all the football players are dumbasses.
So dumb.
And they're very funny. Yeah, just like caricature of like how football players are.
Yeah.
Something we noticed was like, or it's obvious they wear their football uniforms always. They're never not in their uniform, like full pads, full on
like,
thing.
Yep.
They're constantly in it. But a thing that we were talking about watching it, a lot of the times in high school movies, cheerleaders are always in their cheerleading uniform. And you're like constantly, just so y'all know that they're a cheerleader.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing that with the football players was very funny.
I remember in high school when we were cheerleaders, they made us like wear our little outfits on like
Fridays. Probably.
Yeah. I hated it. It's just so weird.
Like, I don't need to be.
No. This isn't now. Why would I wear this for now?
You're like, why am I a cheerleader?
Yeah, honestly.
They're like, you're little and we can throw you.
And I was like, I do like this part. That was the part I loved. I loved the stunts. The rest, pretty bad.
And then Brittany shows up. PJ's like offering her food. She's like, can I get you food? And Brittany's like, I'm not eating food.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
I don't know if this is one of their other times where like they keep like complimenting people and how thin they are.
Yeah.
In a way that's like really extreme and bizarro.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Probably a commentary on skinny culture in life and in movies. and she's talking to Isabel, or Josie's talking to Isabel and being really awkward, and she's like, "You guys got to eat because you're so skinny. You're so skinny." And Isabel's just kind of like, "What is this conversation that's happening right now?" And then Josie's like, after they leave, she's like, "It's over for me. I'm never gonna have sex. I'm gonna marry a gay pastor, and my life is over." Which is also so high school. Everything's so dramatic in high school.
Extremely
I love
dramatic.
how everything's the end of the world when you're in high school.
It was so good. So then I guess Isabel and...
She's fighting with her boyfriend because he hooked up with somebody. He says it doesn't count because she's not another high schooler. And she's upset, so PJ and Josie open their car door for her.
They're like, "You want a safety ride?"
Yeah. I don't even know. And then he's coming over.
And he's like, "Oh, sorry." The woman he's treating, he's like, "Sorry, I grazed her left tit with my hand."
Yeah. Miss Riley. So they're kind of in the car, and he's kind of like, "I'm not gonna move.
I'm not gonna let you go forwards or whatever."
And Isabel's like, "Run him over." Or they're like, maybe PJ is like, "Just run him over." And then she taps him like ever
Barely
so slightly.
taps him.
And he falls to the ground.
And
It's
flips
so
out.
dramatic. The whole football team's running over. And then she truly, and Isabel just sort of walks off, gets out of the car, and just like leaves.
Yeah.
And then the whole time they do a wide shot of this parking lot, and I'm like, "Girl, you could have just backed up." Like which
Why
they do.
did
They
you have
reverse
to-
out.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
so
you had
silly.
an exit strategy. But yeah, the football players are like, "They're not gonna get away with this."
No.
Like,
And the next day, they're at their lockers, and
PJ's like, "It's so cute that Brittany throws up all the time."
so crazy.
Yeah,
And
people are
they-
writing slurs on their locker.
Yeah, and it's like the the F word slur, and like number 1, number 2, and I guess
Yeah.
they're switched this time.
Yeah.
Like, why am I number 2 this time?
And then, Jeff comes into class. He's being all dramatic. They have their rival school that like is threatening to punch people, and it's
Yeah.
like the other school, they've got this, I don't know, weird rivalry where the other school comes and like hurts people for some reason.
Very bizarre. We find out more about it later.
And then Isabel tells Josie that they heard that they beat up Jeff.
Yeah. Which because
And-
Isabel was like right there seeing the whole thing happen.
I know, and it's Isabel and Brittany, and they're like, "We heard that you like ate shit and beat people up in juvie,
and killed people in
and
juvie.
they're like, "Yeah, we killed people.
Yeah, for sure.
We definitely went to juvie over the summer and
Yes,
fight
that's
people."
what
And
happened.
everyone's like, "That's hot."
Wow. And then over the microphone we hear, "Could the ugly, untalented gays report to the principal?"
Yeah. Principal is mad about Jeff. He's like, "Oh, sure, you're all victims and girls are always right."
Yeah, the principal is so funny. This actually kind of felt a lot like, what was that, Insane?
It felt a lot like the one with John Cusack.
Yes.
Better Off Dead.
Yeah, it felt like a lot like that, actually.
It wasn't as surreal as Better Off Dead is, but it was similarly like parodying a high school movie.
Yes.
And
And,
like
like-
everything taken to an extreme.
And a like bizarro version of a high school person's perspective of like what they're hearing and seeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Josie, he threatens to expel them, and Josie's like, "Oh, well, we were practicing self-defense for our self-defense club." And he's like a fight club? And Peter's like, "Yeah." And he says, "I don't care. You can beat the shit out of each other while you read the vagina monologues." And then the girls are like, "This is a great idea."
Yeah.
Then PJ, is like, "This is a great idea. Let's do a real fight club. The girls are scared of the Huntington killers."
Yes.
And Josie's like, "You don't care about feminism. Your favorite show is Entourage," which was funny. But yeah, she's kind of like, "You're not doing this. You're just trying to fuck these cheerleaders."
Yeah. And so this first day of this club, and there's a bunch of folks there. There's a
PJ's talking about, this is when they're really talking about how crazy juvie was. And Josie, then PJ talks about how crazy it is. Josie doesn't want to, but PJ keeps pushing her. And then this is when Josie's like, "Yep, I punched a girl till she died, and then she came back to life." And PJ then tells her to punch her and keeps being like, punch me in the face, punch me in the face. And
Yeah.
then she does.
And it was crazy. And then one of the people's like, who's going to endorse this club?
Yeah, we got a sponsor. We need a sponsor or a, like some teacher has to be in charge of the club.
And so they go back to this teacher who maybe was like the history teacher, English teacher, but it's the football player, Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch,
Yeah.
Mr. G.
Which is funny. I hadn't actually been familiar with him until the Funny as Fuck show where they roasted him. But he was great in this. He was really funny in this.
And everyone's telling them how empowering the club was, and Mr. G is reading porn.
What's the line about the Holocaust?
Is there a line about the Holocaust?
Give me 1 second, okay. I really had such a hard time taking notes.
There's so many
Mr.
funny
G.
lines.
Okay. It's give it to me. It just cuts in for a second with him saying, "The Holocaust, it happened."
It happened. There's also, okay, so when they're going to talk to him and they're like, we would like you to be the advisor for our club. And he kind of is talking about he's like, you kids, like, blah, 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 don't commit to anything. This one kid just quit coming in. And Josie's like, he committed suicide. And he's like, sure he did. And then he's like, well, why not ask a female teacher to support the feminist club?
And they're like, well, we thought so, but we hate them.
We
He's
hate
like,
them.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So funny. And then he says, I'll sign off on your period club.
Yeah. And so they're back at the gym.
Someone has a line, my dad left me and I'm incredibly punctual, and I couldn't be more the opposite.
I wrote this down as well.
Why didn't this work for Natasha?
That's not what happened for this girlie.
No, I used to be so early
Yeah,
when he was present.
Dad left. What's the point of being on time anymore?
For who? Who am I impressing now?
Yeah.
There's nobody.
And then today we're going to do body contact and wrestling. I don't know.
Also, I don't know what teacher he's supposed to be. I don't know if he's supposed to be a history teacher or whatever, but he has, I think, a whistle on him the whole time, even then, which is so funny.
He's always like football coach mode. And his classes, when they do show him teaching, it's very unclear what subject he teaches. I think the stereotype would be history. I feel like history teachers were always like coaches. I think is like a stereotype. I don't think that necessarily has to be the case. Ours were all sorts of teachers. But I know it's a common stereotype.
Interesting. I didn't realize.
But his class doesn't seem to have
I don't know what's going on.
So there's a point when Brittany also is like, Isabel shows up and with Brittany, and Brittany's like, my identity is completely attached to hers, so I just kind of go where she goes.
And then we kind of see that's like the montage of the fighting and training, and like there's fun sexual tension during some of the fights.
Yeah, Mr. G wants to shut it down, and they're like, no, we need this. We've got this girl, Sylvie, who wants to kill her stepdad. She may have been the punctual one, but she's nuts. She's like going crazy.
That's not the bomb one, is it? Who's the one who makes the bombs?
That's Hazel.
That's Hazel. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, we got a montage. Hazel at some point, she's like, oh yeah, if we keep this up, we can take on Huntington. And PJ's like, no, if we keep it up, we can put our fingers in each other. Like, that's the point.
That's the whole point.
Hazel.
And I don't have someone who gives the idea for them to like talk to each other about feelings or something.
It's Hazel. She wants to get to know the other girls.
And then maybe it's PJ who says, oh, that makes sense. I jack off after every therapy session.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
At the club, the football players are mad about all of this.
I think they're neutral. There's one who's like involved and upset for some reason. I don't know why he's all upset.
Yes, he's there to defend his bestie.
Yeah.
It's Tim. Miles Fowler is the guy. Yeah. But then they're doing their thing where they're at the club to talk about their feelings, and PJ, they're like, okay, somebody get started. And then PJ's kind of like, okay, so who's been raped? Raise your hands. And everybody raises their hand.
Everyone in the circle kind of doesn't know where to raise their hand. And we have like the teacher there also, Marshawn Lynch. And then they say, okay, gray stuff counts. And then like everyone raises their hand.
And he's just kind of like, what the
hell's going on?
And this is how it would be.
For sure.
every woman has experienced at least gray area stuff.
Yeah. Tell their stories, and
Brittany's been assaulted 1,000,000 times, but no one knows she's smart and super driven.
And one of them says, like, yeah, like I have a stalker or something, and like I filled out a form because they wanted me to fill out a form for the police people, and then they told me to call, and then I called, and they said they can't do anything until he tries to kill me, which is like such a very like. It's only like fairly far from the real situation.
It is, yeah. What happens?
You can do so much, and they don't give a shit. And then boom,
and then people blame you, and they're like, "Why didn't you do more?
Why didn't you do more?"
We tried.
Yep. And
Josie kind of tells this whole story about how bad juvie was and how they had to fight people to the death, and Isabel's kind of like, "Wow."
It's so silly.
And then Mr. G tells them all he's going through a divorce. He says, "Wow, that felt good to say. Men need therapy."
And then my next note is about like one of the girls walks into her mom with the football guy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Hazel. Hazel's mom is hooking up with Jeff.
Yeah.
Who still has his football pads on.
Yeah.
Crazy. Apparently he's 18, so it's fine. It's not fine. It's
fine.
gross.
It's yucky.
And then the girls, to raise money for their club, they're selling their underwear to creepy men instead of like a car wash. It's selling their underwear.
Exactly. Which is like extreme, but it's also like it's also weird the way they portray the like car washes for these teenagers girls.
It's creepy. It's girls in their bikinis being like, hey, do you want this high schooler to wash your car, soap it up, get wet? Weird.
Then my next is Io and Isabella on like a date.
Yeah, they go on a date. Oh, Tim is also calling to learn that they were not in juvie.
Oh yeah,
we get this.
Like on this whole thing.
He has
like, ruin
a giant
everything.
phone book also. Like when he's like, and then the other part that's funny about this. So he's like at football practice, and he's in the foreground like on the phone with a gigantic phone book finding out, and in the background the football players are just sort of like doing like they're at practice, but they're sort of just like doing nothing in the background. It all just looks very stupid.
It's really funny. This whole thing was really funny.
It's a really And then Josie and Isabel are at a diner. They're studying. Josie drops that she heard Jeff is cheating on her, and Isabel's like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, he's hooking up with Hazel's mom."
Then she starts flipping out.
Yeah. As you would.
And so
we're at lunch,
and like the football guys are in their outfits. They're also seated like it's the Last Supper.
Yes, and there is they're seated like it's the Last Supper, and then in the background they've got the creation of Adam by Michelangelo,
it's
but
so
there's
funny.
Like where their fingers would be touching, it's a football, and it's very funny.
And Isabel goes
they're
up.
mad because there's pineapple, and this is when we find out that Jeff is allergic to pineapple.
Yeah.
This also, so Tim flips out. He's like, there's not supposed to be fucking pineapple at the school. He throws it hits some kid in the head, and the kid's like, that's it, and he writes on his paper like plans to blow up the school.
I never watched this whole movie. We see, so Isabel goes up to Jeff, she's like, hey, are you fucking her mom? And he's like, you're so beautiful.
Yeah, he's trying to be like, oh my God, I'm not cheating, blah, blah, blah. And then Hazel's like, I saw you. And he goes, shut up, nerd, I fucked your mom.
He goes, I would never cheat on you again.
Yeah.
There's some line about not knowing how to read. I don't know what context that was. It was just so much. It was so funny.
And then the girls are like, all right, let's go Aga's house. Let's TP it.
And then Hazel's like, what about a small bomb?
She's like, should I blow up the car? And because Hazel doesn't understand sarcasm, PJ's kind of like, yeah, Hazel, that's a great idea. And Hazel's like, okay.
Got it.
Great.
Heard.
It's a good idea. Isabel's keeping watch in the car, and Josie decides to go sit with her while they're doing this.
Yeah, and Jeff, he's in his room. He has his headphones on. He looks like he's almost in a leotard, and he's like dancing to like, and I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight.
He's doing this while, his house is getting egged and TP'd. And then in the car, Isabel's like, I miss when he would touch my hair and go, shiny, shiny, shiny. And then she says, I really value when people use violence and raise their voices for me. And Josie's like,
she's like, those are my love languages.
Yeah.
And the other one was like, is the other one gifts? And she's like, yeah.
And then Hazel's, putting a bomb on his car.
Yeah.
She runs off. They're about to kiss, but car blows up. And they drive off.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees his car's on fire.
And then
they come up the next day. Tim is like, I know it was you guys.
Yeah. And then at some point, they are in Josie's room. Isabel and Josie are in Josie's room. And I think Isabel picks up a hoodie. Yeah. And she's like, I always want to wear this, but my mom says
I always wanted one of these things.
But my mom says it doesn't flatter my figure or something.
She said, I always wanted one of these things, but my mom said they will hide your figure and make you look ugly. And I really love the I always wanted one of these things. Whatever the hell this thing is.
And then Josie's like, you can borrow it as a joke or whatever.
Yeah, you can have my hoodie. And then they kiss.
And or more.
Yeah, they're hooking
up.
And then PJ goes over to Rachel's. She's got this she has this huge broom. PJ walks in and she's like, wow, this is a total shithole.
And she's like, by the way, I can help your jewelry business grow. And she's like, I can't hire a convict.
Yeah. And then they're studying in bed. PJ kisses Brittany and Brittany's like, I'm straight.
Which is crazy because they are flirting so hard.
Yeah. They do have the joke later where people are talking about being queer and Brittany's like, and I'm straight, but I like gay porn.
Yes. And
it's just Brittany will probably realize someday that she's bi or she won't. And that's fine too. Okay. Sexuality is a spectrum.
And then we're at the pep rally. Or there's cheerleaders.
Yeah. Josie tells PJ she hooked up at there's an assembly. And
it's the most ridiculous version of cheerleaders where they literally just pour water on themselves and jump up and down.
Yeah, that's it. And they're going to do their routine. Also, I really like, I think it's Team and Jeff. They're like, everybody, even the fucking losers, make some noise. It's crazy.
And
then Tim starts talking about the Fight Club and he brings down Hazel and he is like, you should fight Tucker, the school's #1 boxer. He's like, don't be alarmed. Girls can do anything guys can do, right? Let's do it. And Hazel, he ultimately fucks her up, but she holds her own really well in this fight.
Yeah. And then he tells the whole school, Tim does, they never went to juvie and they just did this to fuck cheerleaders.
And he was like, it's such a shame. We were really rooting for you girls.
And Marshawn at some point is like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I just look like this.
Yeah.
Because everyone's all upset basically and leaves.
Yeah, Isabel's like, is that true? Everyone's obviously mad to hear this.
And it's just Marshawn at the girls at the end.
Yeah, Josie and PJ get into kind of a fight.
And I don't know how we get to this, but Marshawn is like, is this about the time I said Amelia Earhart was a fake hero?
Yes.
He's like, many guys have flown a plane without crashing. And then, it's so hard to be a girl. We have to lose our last names.
Mm-hmm. He's like, women are evil.
I don't even know how to work that thing. Something with the pearl. You don't even know how to hook up with a woman. What are you trying to do here?
And then yes, they get in a fight about whose fault it is that this fight club was created, and then we get a montage.
Yeah.
With complicated playing in the background.
Mm-hmm. Which is great.
Love it.
And then we see Josie with...
I like in this montage, Mr. G has crossed out feminism on his whiteboard and has written why all the presidents have been men and why we should keep it that way. Jeff brings Isabel flowers. Everyone's hanging out with Hazel, etc.
Yeah. See Josie visit this person who I think like we hear was like her
Rhodes is
mentor.
her childhood babysitter. It's
Yeah.
Punky Johnson.
Yeah, and they're talking, and Punky was like, back then they hated you just for being gay, and now like they hate you for being gay and untalented. Like it's different now.
And she's like, do not go to that football team game. They always kill someone at it. It's an epic rivalry.
It's crazy.
And she's like, you got to get that club back together so you can save the football player who's going to get killed. And then Josie goes up to PJ, pulls out her best friend necklace, put it together. They're like, cool, we're friends again.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring the gang back
change it.
together.
And so
Gang's all back together again. Cheerleaders don't want to help them.
Yeah.
Hazel's putting a bomb on a tree.
oh yeah, they're talking to one of the girls who's in the fight club, and they're like, you need to help us. Like, even though you're a black Republican, you're the smartest of us.
Yeah. She's like the weirdo Christian girl in the group.
Yeah.
So
Hazel's like, I'm gonna make a distraction.
they're like, cheerleaders make out with each other to delay
Distract everyone.
the game, and finally like PJ starts kissing Hazel instead to distract everyone, and then one of the cheerleaders goes, oh wait, I'm gay. And this is when Brittany says, well, I'm not. I just like gay porn.
And then one of the football guys is like, is porn even real? And then, yeah, we see these like kind of empty things of pineapple juice. So
They've
we're like,
filled
oh,
the
no.
sprinkler system with it because, you know, they know that Jeff is allergic to it. The other team who's there to kill everyone.
And conceptually, it's so fun that these girls are going to be the ones to like save these football guys who have all these crazy uniforms and stuff on. And then we get to like a slow-mo fight, which is so fun.
Josie's carrying Jeff off the field while everyone has this insane fight with each other. These girls from the fight club and this rival football team.
Yeah.
And they are killing people.
It's insane. It's so
People
funny.
are dying.
Big dying.
Somebody falls on a sword.
I was like, where did this sword come from?
Yeah.
It's so funny. And at some point she like kind of Josie saves Jeff and she's like over him and he's like, you saved me. And she's like, you're welcome. And then he's like gonna kiss her like it's romantic. And she's like, no.
Everyone in the stands is just sort of like watching. Tim starts a slow clap for everyone with all the dudes just like dead on the field. And they're like, wow, we killed all these guys.
Yeah.
Wow, we did it.
Well, and then they're like, oh, wait, we killed like some guys. And Rachel Sennet's gonna be like, yeah, let's just process it later. We can't
Deal
process
with
that right now. And then
Josie talks to Isabel, says she's sorry. And Isabel's like, you didn't have to start a whole fight club just to date me. You could have just asked me.
yeah.
And then they kiss each other. Everyone's on the field around the dead football players, and then Hazel's bomb goes off, and the school shooter kid, the kid who from before wrote on the paper plans to blow up the school, goes, "Hey, that was gonna be my thing." And then we get a fun little like, not necessarily blooper reel at the end, but like improv reel, which was fun. Like
was very
there's
fun.
clearly lines that they like tried a bunch of different versions of.
Yeah.
And that was, I love that for an, I
It's
love
so
fun credits.
I love fun credits too. That was good. I need to rewatch that whole thing. I feel like with notes and everything, I was just missing so much.
There's so much, and it was also one of those that taking notes, I'm like, okay, I don't need to like us say every single funny line because there were so many, and it was very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a couple, it's as long as Josie is going to like put effort in, or until Isabel starts dating somebody else.
Yeah, I think Josie's gonna put effort in for a while. I think Isabel is gonna
Just take it.
she's gonna
But
be
I also
disinterested
wonder,
within like 2 months.
I know. I also am kind of like, is Jeff just going to come back to her? I think if Jeff was like, hey, girl, I actually want to be with you.
Yeah.
I think in that case, it could be just like a couple weeks.
I
even
completely
if
agree.
Jeff
Yes.
like jumped in.
It could easily be 2 weeks if he just like gets better flowers because the flowers he brings are like hideous.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, like anything trying a little bit, she'll be like, oh.
She'll be like, oh, Jeff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Josie will keep trying.
Yeah.
And she's young. She's in high school.
Yeah.
She's not going to know that at some point you got to stop trying for somebody who doesn't
Care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. This has been What Harry Does Sally.
We're here every Tuesday.
We have a Patreon.
Yeah, check that out.
Bye.
Bye.